Why is it so difficult for teens to wake up early? Teens do actually need more sleep. Growing takes a lot of energy. Circadian rhythm changes. Why hasn't anyone mentioned this yet? When you're a teen, you actually experience a circadian rhythm shift compared to your child self. You feel tired later, and you wake up later 2-4 hours typically, and this reverts back when you hit adulthood. There are studies on how much teens' academic performance improves just with a simple change of school times from 8 to 9 or 9:30 a.m. There's a great TED talk about it, Why School Should Start Later for Teens by Wendy Troxel. It was the opposite for me. As a teenager, I could wake up early for school, no matter how much sleep I had. These days, if I'm waking up early, I need to be asleep super early, too. You literally grow during your sleep. Teens need more sleep for the same reason babies do. It's an important developmental time for them. I'm 32 and getting out of bed is unironically the hardest part of my day. I forgot where I read this, but I remember reading teens need more sleep from the hormone changes you go through during puberty. That, and kids aren't supposed to be waking up at the crack of dawn to go to school. Most teens function best around 9:10 a.m. It also depends on the person, but I really do think it's because of the change in hormones, and the fact that kids aren't supposed to be waking up before the sun rises to go to school. Mom of 2 teenagers who have to get up at 5 a.m. for school. They are so tired, as am I. I frequently get calls about them falling asleep in school, even if we all go to sleep by 8:30. I can't understand why teenagers have to get up so early and spend the entire day at school, especially since they often have other responsibilities. I remember in PM kindergarten as a child. We should do that with high schoolers. This post has honestly dulled one of my biggest fears of adulthood, waking up early. If I wake up before 9 a.m. no matter what time I went to sleep, I will have a headache for the entire day and cannot function. But if that gets better when I'm an adult, you'll be all fine and dandy. Biological. The clock of a teenager has a day that basically has about 25.5 hours. That's why it's extremely hard for them to get up early in the morning. They simply aren't ready for it yet. You often see elderly people waking up hours before anyone else gets out of bed. Their day has about 22 hours, so they are literally ready for the day. Teens biologically need more sleep, but I'm 49 and still don't have the wake up early and easy gene. Anytime I have to wake up before about 7:15, it feels like torture. I'm usually asleep by like 10 p.m. 1:32, so it's not a matter of needing more than 7 hours of sleep or something. My natural sleep rhythm does not like to get up before 7 p.m., even more so if it's still dark out. Well, when I was a teenager, I very often would stay up way later than I should have, so that probably has a lot to do with it. Because they are growing. How ironic it is that the school system requires the youngest people to sleep the least. I go to bed at 10:30-11. As a teenager, I went to bed around 2 or 3 a.m. I actually worked nights mostly, so I started between 4-6 p.m., so it was only school I had to get up for. Teens need around 10-12 of sleep, but their brain doesn't give the "I am tired, please go to bed" signal until 2 hours later. So teens waking up after an 8-hour night of sleep often still need 2 more hours. Teens need a lot more sleep. I was thankful my mom switched me to cyber homeschooling in middle school and high school. I would fall asleep pretty late 12-1 a.m. and wake up at 11 noon. Not the most accepted time frame by society's standards, but man, my grades skyrocketed up to me becoming an honor student in my cyber school. Teens need a ton of sleep, but teens don't want to sleep until they are already asleep. I feel when you got responsibilities and you know you have just get up, your subconscious wakes you up after a good amount of sleep. I have always struggled waking up early, but I did it effortlessly once I was in college. Can relate. I'm 30 and still feel this way. I'm 27 and I still can't get up before 9 a.m. It helps that I'm still studying lol.